Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kimberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Before I begin today, I'd like to offer my condolences to UK and Commonwealth friends on the loss of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. She served her people faithfully for over 70 years. She will be greatly missed. May she rest in peace, and may her family and friends know peace and healing. Now to today's crime novel. A crime novel about a crime novelist can be a really interesting take on the story, and it can give readers an interesting insight into what it's like to be a crime novelist. Let's look at that sort of story today and turn to the spotlight on Betty Rowland's Murder at Hawthorn Cottage. Crime writer Melissa Mel Craig has taken a cottage in the Cotswolds village of Banbury. She's enjoying the new location, and apart from the few bumps in the road settling in, she loves the cottage, she likes her new neighbor Iris Ash, and she's settling in. One morning, Melissa gets a strange phone call. It's from a man who thinks she's someone called Babs. At first, she puts it down to an odd wrong number, but it happens again, and now she's curious as to who Babs is and why someone would keep calling her. Melissa soon meets journalist Bruce Ingram, who wants to interview her for his paper. From him, she learns that a young woman named Babs Carter went missing a year or so earlier. On the surface, it looks as though she simply pulled up stakes and left, as people do. But Bruce suspects otherwise and tries to enlist Melissa's help in finding out the truth. Melissa sees no reason to believe something sinister has been going on, so at first she doesn't want to get involved. But then, Melissa's neighbor Iris discovers the body of a young woman buried on her property. It doesn't take much intuition to work out that it's Babs' body. Melissa wants to let the police do their jobs and find the killer, but Bruce senses a big story, and Melissa can't help but be intrigued by Babs' story and curious about what happened to her. So, a little reluctantly, she works with Bruce to get some answers. Along the way, she learns of some shady doings in the village and some secrets that some villagers are keeping. She also finds that it can be dangerous to ask a lot of questions. In the end, though, she and Bruce find out the truth about Babs Carter. So, what are the elements in this story? What keeps it going? What's integrated into the telling of it? Well, as I said, this is a story about a crime writer, and it's told from Melissa's point of view. Third person, past tense. So readers follow along as she finds clues, learns of other clues, and gets to the truth. We also learn a bit about what it's like to be a crime writer. Readers get a behind-the-scenes look at plotting a novel, finding inspiration, working through first drafts and edits, and the other aspects like working with publishers, agents, and editors of writing. It's also worth noting that Melissa is not a stereotypical, beautiful young woman. She's middle-aged with a grown son. She recently ended a relationship and takes pride in making her own decisions and doing things on her own rather than having to be rescued. She has a sense of humor, too. Another important element in the story is the village, its Cotswold setting. The scenery is beautiful, and it's easy to see why Melissa would like living there. It's a small village, so everyone knows everyone, and some people know each other's secrets. As Melissa starts asking questions, we find out about the town's residents, their pasts, and so on. And as Melissa gets closer to the truth, the reader learns that some people want to keep their secrets and that it can be very dangerous to try to dig things up. There's also some humor in the novel. There's a funny scene, for instance, where Melissa gets her hair and makeup done very differently and goes undercover at a pub where a regular bingo game turns out to be a cover for a ladies-only show that features a regular male stripper. There are also some witty remarks, too. Murder at Hawthorn College tells the story of what happens when a writer of fictional crimes comes up against some actual ones. It takes place in a distinctive Cotswolds village setting and features a cast of village characters with their own secrets to keep, and a writer for whom crime becomes all too real. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kimberg. Thanks for watching.